Equation of line given 2 points. Question 4. Find equation of line through the points P minus 2 minus 4 and P 3 comma 6. So let me change the name. Okay, let me call this as Q. It's good to write different names for different points, right? So we have 2 points P and Q. P is minus 2 minus 4 and Q is 3 6, where 3 is the x coordinate and 6 is the y. Here minus 2 is the x coordinate and minus 4 is your y coordinate. Okay, let's try to see how the line passing through them will look like. So minus 2 minus 4. Minus 2 is the x value. Minus means left of this origin. So the line x-axis and y-axis, they meet at origin. Okay, so let me put this very clearly here. So we have x-axis, which is horizontal, and we have a y-axis, which is vertical, and they always intersect as origin O, and the coordinates for origin are 0 0. Minus is left of origin and plus is right of origin for the x coordinates. For y coordinates, minus is down and plus is up, above origin, or below is minus. That is how it is. So I'll explain you once again while plotting these points, right? P is minus 2 minus 4. So minus means go left of origin. 1, 2 units left will give you minus 2. Minus 4 means 4 units down from the x-axis towards the y, parallel to y, okay? Not diagonal or anywhere else, just parallel to y. Minus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the point which is P minus 2 minus 4. Now let's figure out where Q is. Q is both plus, so it will be in first quadrant, right? In first quadrant, all the points x and y values are positive. This is quadrant 3, where both are negative. Do you see that? Now Q is 3, 6. So we have 1, 2, 3. And 6 is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, way up. So that is your point Q. Now when we join P and Q, we get our line which is going through point P and Q. So the line seems to be something like this. So let me join these points with a line, okay? So it goes like this, okay? So near miss, but I think you can make out how. Let me put the point on the line. Okay, that's good. So this is P coordinates, which is minus 2 and minus 4, and this is Q. So let me write Q as, okay, Q as 3 6. I squeezed it in. Okay, now as you see, the line is rising, and therefore we expect a slope of positive number, correct? Second, B, which is the y-intercept, wherever the line crosses y-axis is negative, right? So we expect minus value of B. So these are two important things which we get from our sketch, correct? And now let's try to write down the equation of the line. So as we did in first 3 examples, I will write equation of this line in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is y equals to mx plus b, where m is the slope, correct? Now from the figure also you can find slope. Let me do it from the figure first. So we say m is slope, which is rise over run. So let's see how much of rise is there, as we want to go from P to Q. So the y values are these. Do you see these values? These are your y values. So when you go rise, that means parallel to y-axis, you need to consider these values. So we are calling this as point 1 and this as point 2, right? So this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2. So y up, when you go from P to Q, how much is this vertical distance? That vertical distance is 4 units from here to here, right? And then 6 units from here to there. So in all 10. So we can rise, we know rise is 10 from the figure. Now how about run? So to find run, we have to check x values. Let me use a different ink. X values are these values, right? -2 and 3. So for this, if you have to go from P to Q horizontally, then 2 units towards the axis and 3 units away from it. So 2 plus 3 is 5. So that is the number 5. Do you see that? So we expect a slope of 10 divided by 5, which is 2. Remember, any point, any 2 points on this line will always give us the same slope. That is kind of interesting in a line. Okay? Now, let's find algebraically the slope. So we can write m as rise over run, just as we did, right? And algebraically, rise is difference in value of y divided by difference in value of x. Remember, when we say point 1 and point 2, we have to maintain the order. We cannot mix it up. Always order is to be maintained, okay? Now we write y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So order, I mean these coordinates here belong to point Q. Do you see that? And these belong to P. Do you see that? This belongs to P and this belongs to point Q. Do you understand? This is Q minus P. Correct? So that is how you have to see it. And now let me write it very clearly. What is m? Difference of y's. Difference of y's means 6 minus minus 4. 6 minus minus 4 divided by difference of x. 3 minus minus 2. 3 minus minus 2. So we get what? 6 plus 4 is 10 and 3 plus 2 is 5, which is 2 as we expect. Correct. So we did the first part of our problem, and first part of finding this is always to get m. Remember that. And now let's do the second part, and that is to find the value of b. To do that, what we need to do is rewrite our equation with the known slope. Since we know the slope, we can write this equation with this slope, and we get y equals to 2x plus b. So we are halfway through. We have to find b. To find b, we can use one of our points. 3, 6 could be a good point. So 3 is the x value, 6 is the y value. Let's sub it in. So substitute 6 for y, we get 6 equals to 2 times 3 for x plus b. So we get 6 equals to 2 times 3 is 6 plus b, right? So 3 and 6, that's interesting. The line didn't really go through 0 for me, but anyway, it looks like it goes through origin. So x is 3 and y is 6. Fine. So we put 6 here and 3 here. Slope is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Therefore, b equals to 6 minus 6 is 0. So we get b equals to 0. Good job. So our sketch is not close. There is a huge mistake in this diagram. Anyway, it is a rough sketch. So it is what it is, right? So let's figure it out. That's why we try to find algebraically. So we already know slope is m equals to 2 and the y-intercept b equals to 0. So our line should have gone through the origin, okay? Now, we will write our equation. Equation is y equals to mx plus b. Y equals to m is 2, so we write 2x plus b is 0. So there is no need to write. So just for you, I wrote like this, but finally your answer should be like y equals to 2x. So y equals to 2x is the line that represents this situation. So let me draw a corrected line. So the correct line should have gone through the origin, right? So my corrected line should have been, and now I'll take P as the correct point and go it through the origin, okay? So I'll draw a dotted line here. So that's the correction which I made. after doing my calculations, right? So it seems that Q is really here, okay? So that seems to be a longer distance, and that made, I think, the difference, correct? So that's my real line which is going through origin, and now you can see that y-intercept is 0 and the line goes through origin, right? That's how it is. Have a good look at it. So rough sketch sometimes are too rough, right? Okay, so finally we have realized one thing, that algebraically we get very accurate results. Now, one more thing very important to observe here, that is, if you get equation of a line in the form of y equals to some constant into x, it means what? It means that b is 0. It means that the line is going through origin, right? This is what it means. It means that the y-intercept is at 0, 0. Do you understand? Origin means 0, 0. That's what it means, right? So remember this. So that's a key learning from this particular example. So a line which is of the form y equals to 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x or something like that. So in general I wrote kx, where k could be any real number. Then the line goes through the origin. It's like a direct variation. Okay? Thank you.